Okay guys, so as you guys can see, this is something a little bit different from my typical music reactions. Now this is something I normally do like off camera, like when I'm not filming YouTube videos. I watch like motivational stuff. Y'all see my boy Marques Brownlee in the back. And I only had this up just to show reference. Like I started watching this 3 minutes in, it's like a 15-minute video. But I was like, you know what? Why not go ahead and react to this with y'all, man? Because it's actually like super motivational. The first 3 minutes that I got of this, I was like, wow. Because normally when I'm not filming YouTube videos, I'm watching like motivational stuff to like keep me motivated and to you know, like get me in the mindset to be like, okay, keep grinding, keep going, and keep, you know, giving my supporters what they want to see. But this right here, this is actually really, really powerful and deep. And I wanted to react to it with y'all because maybe it can help motivate y'all too, man. So I'm gonna start it back over. And we're gonna watch this together, man. And I'm gonna give my thoughts and opinions. Y'all can give y'all thoughts and opinions in the comments as well. But man, like, this was like very motivational, just 3 minutes in. So we have to get ready and tap into this. So what's good, International Gang? It's your boy Zanny, bring y'all another reaction. We got Marques Brownlee on quitting YouTube. Yeah, man, like y'all gonna understand when we watch the video. So let's get straight into it.
All right, so in the past couple of weeks and months, there's been a lot of YouTubers quitting. A lot of OG creators, from people who've been doing it 8, 9, 10, 12, 15 years, legends and people who we all are familiar with who've been around YouTube for a long time, retiring.
That's true.
Or leaving or cutting back or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I've noticed, and a lot of you guys have asked me for my thoughts or to chime in. Not that this isn't one of those videos, I'm not doing that, but I do have my own situation. I've been at this a long time, and so I figured I'd throw in my 2 cents. Figured I would chime in. So first of all, this thing that we're doing here, this is a dream job. No question about it. Like, we cannot forget that. I think there's a stat, I've referenced it before, but what you ask children of the 2010s and 2020s what they want to be when they grow up, and the most popular answer is YouTuber.
That's true. That's actually super true. That's actually facts. Like, because, and it's even more common now that kids want to be YouTubers than it was back when I was in high school, back when I was in middle school. Because back when I was in middle school, that was what, 2011? That was like 2010, 2011. And you know, YouTube was at the time was like what, because YouTube came out in 2007, so it was like 4 years old, 5 years old at the time. So like people were still getting used to like the idea of YouTube just a little bit. But now you know, like, you go on Twitter, you go on Instagram, you see you see clips of Aiden, you see clips of you see clips of Kai, you know, you see AMP, you see Sidemen, like, you see all of them around. Like, a lot of these YouTubers, man, they paved the way. DDG, all of them, bro. They legit paved the freaking way. And now all of these kids, bro, they got so much motivation. Speed is another big one, bro. A lot of people watch Speed, both adults, both people in their early 20s, kids, everybody watch Speed, man. Like, you cannot go anywhere without finding the Speed clip. That's just how it is. And the kids, they see this stuff and they want to be YouTubers. They want to be streamers. A lot of them. Like, Marques is not lying, bro. YouTube, bro. A lot of people want to be YouTubers. But the thing is that, like, it's a lot that comes with being a YouTuber. He gonna explain it too. Watch.
They want to be YouTubers when they grow up. That didn't exist 20 years ago. They all wanted to be other things, exactly. Firefighters, movie stars. Now, I'm sure a lot of this is they just want to be famous, or this is the new version of, you know, Hollywood famous, and they don't really understand all that comes with this. That's totally normal. But the point is, it's a very sought after job, and that's something we all have to acknowledge. But as Tom Scott put it so eloquently, a dream job is still a job.
I can't keep this up. This is my dream job, and I have a lot of fun doing it. I know I'm incredibly lucky, but a dream job is still a job, and it's a job that keeps getting bigger and more complicated, and I am so tired.
So I've watched all these YouTubers' videos of talking about what they're doing. They're retiring, and they're not all actually just straight up leaving. If you actually watch their videos, let's be honest, a lot of them are cutting back a little bit or taking a break or changing things up in a way, but it feels like they're sort of retiring the main thing that we know them for. But pretty much all these videos have something in common. So I'm going to use an analogy to sort of, I like analogies, I've said this before. I'm going to use one to explain sort of how it feels in my head. So the way I explain, because I get asked all the time, what do you recommend for someone who wants to be a YouTuber? And I liken it to being a professional athlete. Pick a sport, pick whatever sport you want. Basketball, for example.
Yeah.
There's one thing to actually do the sport just for fun, to go to the park to play basketball for free, to go to the gym with your friends to play basketball. You can do that as much as you want, but there is a certain level of hard work, dedication, strategy, and talent, and let's be honest, luck that is involved in being able to turn that hobby, that passion, into a job, to actually become a full-time professional basketball player. That is a very sought-after job, and a very small number of people who actually get to do that. And so
that is true. That's 100% true. That is 100% true. Like everybody, and that's the thing, not just with YouTube, but like in general, you know, like people, like they see like that high-paying job. They see that YouTuber, they see that athlete, that actor, you know, they see Denzel Washington. They like, man, Denzel Washington makes what? He makes $20 million a year. I want to be an actor now. But remember, actors, man, remember when you first start, it's on you. You don't have an agent. You don't have like talent scouts. You don't have any of that stuff, man. It's all on you in the beginning. You have to wake up. You have to apply to like all of these different agencies. You have to do all of these things and be prepared to hear no. That's the biggest thing. Be prepared to hear no. And a lot of people, because I used to be just like that, like a few years ago, like, you know, hearing no, I used to think was the scariest thing in the world, but it's not though. Hearing no, if anything, it should build confidence and it should build character, because nothing in life comes easy. Nothing in life comes easy. You have to work at it. Even like trying to do things the fast way, you still have to put in work. Like anything you do, as long as you living and breathing in this world, you got to put in work. And going back to his analogy with the professional basketball players and with YouTube and stuff like that, yeah, hard work and dedication. That's really going to determine how bad you really want something. Because like if you're trying to start out being a YouTuber, you know, like you're not going to get monetized right away. You're not going to get 100 subs right away. Like you have to grind. It's not now. It may happen. Like sometimes it comes easier to others than it does to most people. But for most people, you gonna have to sit down. You got to create like 50, 60 videos before you get that first 100. That's just how it is. You know, like you gotta get yourself into the algorithm first, and the only way to get into the algorithm, besides getting likes, is by posting more and more. And don't get discouraged. That's how you separate the weak from the brave. 100%. Like, come on, man.
Very sought after job, and a very small number of people who actually get to do that. And so if you really want to turn the passion into the job, you have to be willing to put in a ton of hours and to be totally happy playing a ton of basketball in the park for free, playing a ton of basketball in the gym and working on the skills for free, not getting paid a dime.
Yep.
And that may possibly lead to you being able to turn it into a job. And you have to be able to be very comfortable doing it for free for a long time, even if you don't make a dime. That's the same thing as being a professional athlete. That's totally true about being a professional creator. Now, I still think all of that's true, and I still like using that analogy, but I think there's one thing wrong with that analogy, or I guess one thing missing from that analogy, which is that creative jobs don't scale like regular jobs. It's just not quite the same. So what I mean by that is, take the YouTube video creator career, for example. When you first start, you are just being creative. Like that's the whole job. You are making stuff, and that's the fun. So you get to have all kinds of crazy creative ideas. You're getting better and better at making the thing. You get to have a new idea, be inspired by something over here, try new things, and just coming up with all these fun, different ways to make something. And that is what we fall in love with at the beginning. Now, what might happen is, at a certain point, you get your first opportunity to do some larger new thing. And it's super cool that that door has been opened because of all the creative work you're putting in. And so it's very tempting and exciting, and so you need to sort of scale up a little bit to be able to address said new opportunities. And so you do that, and it's awesome, and it's an advancement clearly, but now you're spending time on that scaling up and less time on the being creative thing. So like here's a basic example. You're let's say you're a video creator, you're doing your thing, you're getting creative, you're writing, editing, shooting, doing all the fun creative stuff, and then you're making some AdSense revenue as well. So it's a hobby that's making some money. Great. A brand comes along and they offer this super awesome, unique opportunity to go shoot a video that you would like to make in some crazy, fun, unique location, and they'll fly you out and give you that access to be able to make this awesome thing. Sick. Yeah, that's an advancement. That's something that's unlocked by the creative things you've been doing. And so you do it. But you know, in that process, you now also have to manage the communications with the brand. That's the inbox stuff. You're doing invoicing, and then now it's the accounting and the taxes that come with that, and the negotiation in between, and the travel. It's just a little bit of extra work, and it doesn't seem like a big deal, but that is some more time spent doing something that isn't being creative, when the job is still supposed to be the being creative part. You see what I mean? Does that make sense? There are all types of examples of this.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Like sometimes you get too far doing one thing, you forget about what your initial purpose was in the beginning. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Stuff can throw you off track, but you gotta, and that's the thing about with being a creator. You got to know how to balance. That's what Marques is probably trying to say. You got to know how to balance everything. You know. You can't forget about your roots, like what initially got you to the position that you were able to get so that you can get that brand deal. That's how it is. And some YouTubers, they do get caught up like in like they do like lose their way. They lose the creative side because they so focused on the money. That does happen. I've seen that happen to some content creators. And you like, damn, like I wish I saw that authentic side of that dude again. Because I remember when I first started watching him, you know, like, I don't know, 6 years ago, and like, man, like his videos was amazing. Now look at him, like you can just tell like he money hungry. He do all of these things, all that type of stuff. Like, you know, and it's funny too, because I remember, because like, I think I had reacted, when I reacted to, what was it, Juice WRLD? When I reacted to like some of his unreleased stuff, people were saying like how they appreciate like that I just throw it up on YouTube as opposed to doing a Patreon. And yeah, bro, like, cause I'm I'm not really money hungry for real, bro. Like I do YouTube because I love it. I do YouTube because I love it, man. Like 100%. Like, you know, it's something I've always wanted to do like since I was 12, like 11, 12, 13 years old. 100%. Because, you know, I used to play a lot of Call of Duty. You know, I used to be that kid that used to dream about getting into phase and stuff, you know. So that's what got me interested in the YouTube game 100%. So yeah, bro, like, you know, some creators do lose their way and they focus too much on the brand deals and the money and the sponsorships and stuff. And they don't focus too much on the creative side that their audience loves. So, you know, like you got to think about your audience because that's what's going to help you get to like the levels that you're trying to reach. You know, you got to make sure your audience is entertained and that they still see that same side of you that they saw when they first clicked on your first video. That's the key important things to be successful. Let's go.
Of this all over the creative world. Pick any genre, whether it's working with a brand or doing some new opportunity, something somewhere that comes from you being creative. Another very common example is, and I have creator friends all the time that ask, oh, I'd like to hire a team to help with some of this stuff. And that also feels like a natural progression. You're doing so much of this work that you should have some help. You should have a team to help you do that. And you do get the help, but now a lot more of your time is actually spent managing those people and that team, which is taking away from the actual being creative part. So the point is, creative jobs don't scale quite like regular jobs. And this is the thing that I see in a lot of other channels and creators and a lot of the videos I'm watching, which is the more you scale up to address these awesome new opportunities and level up, the less of your job is the original thing that we fell in love with, which is being creative. So how do you avoid that? I don't know. I don't have the answers. I don't think anybody has the answers. That's also part of the fun of this job, as it is relatively new and it didn't exist that long ago, so there is no playbook to step 1, step 2, step 3. Here's how to become a professional video creator in said genre on YouTube. You can try to find playbooks like that, but they won't always work. There is no answer yet. Now, I've been very lucky to... I enjoy a lot of the other parts of the process as well, and I started again with the fun of making videos and learning to use a camera and use a lens and use lighting and microphones and all kinds of fun things like that. But also the rest of the parts of the process are intriguing to me as well, so it's fun. I got lucky in that way. But I guess the only real advice that actually makes sense, and I'm not good at giving advice to these OGs, but I guess it's more like advice to my former self or another version of me, but it's just to be very, very deliberate about keeping the original goal and the creativity part at the core of everything that you're doing. Because it gets really easy to get distracted, and kind of like that 4th grader who filled out the survey who said, I want to be a YouTuber. It's easy to get distracted by the thought of the scale and the money and the fame and the fun that seems like it comes with this with no effort. But if you do fall into the trap of chasing algorithmic changes or chasing the views or the waves of things that happen on YouTube, it is definitely it's like a carrot on a string. It's never ending. Like we've all seen the
100%. Like when you first started doing YouTube, because I know because like some of my friends, like when I started going up in the ropes, I'm still going up in the ropes obviously, but I mean when I started first going up in the ropes and getting 100 subscribers, getting 1,000, some of my friends was like, bro, that's so dope, man. I'm seeing you grind and you actually doing your thing, and I'm man, you inspiring me. I low-key want to make a YouTube channel and stuff, and I mean, I feel like when you first create a YouTube channel, you should have a plan of how you want to follow Marques's advice as well, in the sense of finding your way, trying different things and seeing what works. But you should have a plan of, okay, I want my content to be like this, but then you can also try other areas to see what other aspects that you're good at in trying to achieve that initial goal that you had. But you should start with the goal of how you want to structure your YouTube channel in the beginning, and then go from there. But yeah, but like he's saying also, have fun with it. Just have fun and be yourself too, man, because it's YouTube. You can't have YouTube without the three letters YOU. It's you, it's your channel. So have fun with it. Have fun with it, and of course, and your supporters are going to give you ideas too. They're going to be great ideas. So implement your supporters' ideas in addition to with your own creativity, and there's no way you can lose. 100%. But he's right though. It is, you can get super distracted though. Like he said, some people might want to do YouTube for the fame. That's why they say some people start their YouTube channels and they barely last a year. Because they want to get monetized now. They want 100,000 subscribers now. They want they don't understand how long it took, because what they see is that their favorite content creator has 5 million subscribers. Cool, 5 million subscribers, that's fucking amazing. But what they don't see is how long it took that person to get there. So I probably say, because sometimes I used to see a person that have 10 million subs and I'm like, that's crazy. And then what YouTube has now is they show the oldest video. Click on the oldest video, you can see how far. Now I understand some content creators delete their videos, but you can still get a sense of how far it took them and how long it took them. They might have 10 million subscribers, but they've been on YouTube for about 12 years. So yeah, it's all about the grind, but they never gave up though. They never gave up. That's what made them different. They was on YouTube for 12 years, grinding day in and day out, video after video. They got 12 years, 10 million subs. They got about maybe 3,000, 4,000 videos because they never gave up. And eventually their hard work paid off. So yeah, man, just like how you want that top CEO position, you know, and you got to have all that experience. You know, you got to be working at the company for, I don't know, like 15, 20 years so you can finally get paid that $200,000 a year. Same thing with YouTube. You know, you have to be putting in that work so you can be up there with some of your favorite YouTubers. That's just the way how it goes. Like, nothing comes easy, like how I said in the beginning. But let's continue going into this, man.
It is definitely, it's like a carrot on a string. It's never ending. Like, we've all seen the Mr. Beastification of lots of YouTube channels. No offense, Jimmy. I love you, Jimmy. But there are a lot of other channels that look at what Jimmy's doing as a end goal for themselves.
Yeah.
And so they figure, okay, if I do what Jimmy's doing, if I follow his blueprint, I will be the Mr. Beast of insert genre here. And actually, they're right. They will be. But they don't realize all the other things that come with that. It's like a treadmill. It's like a treadmill. That's another analogy for you. And the skill of being a video creator in this world where if you want it to be a job, you have to keep going and keep moving forward and keep making things and sharing things. The skill is finding what speed on the treadmill actually works for you.
Yeah.
Is it a slow walk? Is it a light jog? Is it a video every this often? Is it scattered videos? Is it one video every month, every 6 months? That is a real skill and a challenge to find what actually works that satisfies both the external goals of growing your thing and the internal goals of flexing the creative muscle. Sorry, this is getting philosophical, but have you seen the Daft Punk music video from, I guess, after the last album, but for Infinity Repeating, where the AI character's like walking, it walks slowly, a little bit faster, and the whole time it's a fine pace, but the second it tries to start accelerating, very quickly towards the end of the video, it just like falls apart, and it's too much. That's what burnout looks like. So in my world, if you've watched tech YouTube videos, for example, which I guess if you're here, you have, that looks like you cannot make every tech video. At least I can't. Maybe you can, but I can't review every single phone that comes out. We had the Galaxy S24 stuff come out, and the OnePlus 12 is around the corner, and the Find 7 Ultra is also, I can't review all three phones at once. I'm only one person, so I gotta pick one. I can't dive in and try to satisfy the algorithm every single time. I just can't. So even me today, I am trying to pick the right speed on the treadmill that works for everything that I and my team want to do. And it's challenging. And I'm not saying that the people who are retiring or cutting back haven't done that, but I do think we're all sort of realizing you can't run on the treadmill forever. As viewers, I'm watching Tom Scott and Matt Pat. I'm like, yep, I get it. They're getting off the treadmill. But I'll leave you with one more analogy, and that is for those who are still in the camp of, I would like to go all in on this. I would like to get help and scale up and have a team. So the last analogy I'll leave you with, and I've told this on other people's channels, but I don't think I've ever actually said it on this channel, is the octopus analogy. Sorry, my computer over here just went to sleep with my mic cable plugged in. The octopus analogy. Being a creator on YouTube, if that's what we want to talk about, is just like being an octopus. Meaning, you get creative and you start making videos and you have all this fun with the platform, you are doing several different full-time jobs all at once. You are a full-time writer. You are also a full-time cinematographer. You're behind the camera. You're a lot of times in front of the camera. You're a lot of times a full-time editor. You're also managing the inbox. You're also doing the invoicing, working with brands. There's taxes, the financial accounting, and also just the PR relationships and management and all that content strategy. That's a bunch of different hats. That's like an octopus with 8 arms doing 8 different things all at once. So my only advice is, when getting help, and this makes perfect fundamental sense, but sometimes you have to hear it out loud. You want to get someone who's better at the thing that you're not good at than you, but also you want to find things that you specifically want to cut off. So if you're not good at graphic design and you want the thumbnails to be great, maybe that's a perfect arm to cut off and hand to someone else, and then they can do that task 500 times better than you ever could. I certainly learned that I recommend that. Just cut off the arms of the taxes. Boom. You can hire an accountant. You can work with people who can help you with that. And that's cutting off an arm and handing it to someone who can do much better. But you can't cut off every arm. And this is another weird part of the analogy, but fun fact, a lot of octopi. Anyway, they have 3 hearts. Weird, I know. But they can't cut those out. They have some core functions that always stay with them. And if you are a creator, in some way there is a part of the game, there is something that you fell in love with at the beginning, it's really worth figuring out what that is and just keeping that. And it's going to be different for every creator. Maybe for you, it's the cinematography, or the editing, or the writing, or the content strategy, whatever it is. There's going to be parts of it, and there may be several parts that you got to keep. You don't cut that off. And that's my octopus analogy for learning to be a creator. Since there is no playbook, I'm just putting this out there. Learn what those 3 hearts are as early and deliberately as you can, and hopefully you can run on the treadmill with other people who control the other legs. This is a crazy analogy now, but I think you get the idea. Long story short, I don't think we've seen the end of big YouTubers who've been doing it for a long time retiring or cutting back or whatever. I just think we're seeing them finding their hearts. I think they're, Matt Pat's still doing behind the scenes stuff on his channel. Tom Scott still doing his podcast. Watch the other videos and you'll see them sort of delineating between the outside and the inside internal motivation. And that's why I think it's important. So that's my 2 cents, and I just wanted to get out there for this video. That's all I wrote down. That's all I want to say. If you ever get to live the dream, be very deliberate about it. This is a weird video. Okay. We'll see if I put this up. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
No, I'm glad you put it up, Marques. I'm glad you freaking put it up, man. But yeah, man. So he pretty much broke it down. This was something completely different that I wanted to react to, like with you guys. Like I said, I'm not expecting to get a whole lot of views on this video or likes or anything, bro. It's just something I was literally just watching. Because like I said, off camera, when I'm not filming and like I'm taking like I'm chilling for the day or whatever, I find myself watching like a lot of Marques, actually. Like I watch a lot of just like tech videos, because I love Apple. I watch like a lot of motivational things as well, to like help keep me focused and grounded and motivated always. And yeah, so I came across this, and like the title caught me off guard, because like how he said in the beginning, I thought he was like, I didn't expect him to quit, but because I know he's been on YouTube for a while, but I thought he was probably gonna like take a break or something. But he wasn't taking a break. He was just addressing like what was going on. Because I remember when PewDiePie, when he was taking a break, like the whole world was just like, what? Because PewDiePie, he's one of the top YouTubers ever of all time. In addition to T-Series and Mr. Beast. So a lot of people was like, what? Like, but yeah, man, YouTubers, if you've been on the platform for a while, sometimes you do need a break, especially if you uploading every single day. Every single day, you might need a break. You don't want to burn out. Like how we said, you do not want to burn out, man, because when you burn out, it's one of the worst feelings ever. But yeah, man, but moral of the story is, like what you do, man, and love what you do. If you do want to become a content creator, man, like don't be afraid. Go out there and do it, man. Like I said, you're never too old and you're never too young to go out there and follow your dreams. 100%. And do it, and more importantly, do it because you love it. Don't do it with the expectations that you're going to make money from it really, really fast. Because if you have those expectations, it'll never fall through. It won't. Do what you love. Like the money will come. The money will come, man. Just do what you love. Put your all into it. Put your focus. Put your passion. And just go for it, man. Go for it. There's nothing that can stop you, man. Go out there and do it. 100%. Like I said, I love doing YouTube for you guys, man. I love reading your comments. I love making you guys happy. I love seeing everything, man. I know I may not respond to a lot of them, But trust me, I do see them, and I do love and appreciate every single one of you guys. So yeah, so I figure why not react to this and, you know, just do it for the spirit of motivation. You know, we're still in January. We're in a whole new year, but we're still in January. So why not throw in a little bit of motivation, man? So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did watch this video, and I love you guys. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Peace, I'm gone. Let's get it. We out, man.